place the key into the lock and turn it ever so slightly until it clicks. You push on the emerald door. Immediately you're greeted by a flood of bright sunlight. The aroma of jasmine, rose fills the air. The path ahead of you is lined with lush green leaves, soft pink petals. You look around, taking in the new world that surrounds you. The sky is a light violet color with ribbons of fuchsia. There are trees everywhere. A thick foliage canopy is overhead. You begin to walk down the path. No more than a minute later, you see a woman approaching. She has dark auburn hair, intense green eyes that almost match the color of the door you just walked through. Her skin is pale, her ears are pointed. You've watched enough fantasy films and read enough novels to know this is an elf, and she's making her way towards you right now. Well, hi there. I thought you'd never show up. Oh, no, it's all right. I suppose you're right on time. My name's Liliana. I'm sort of your unofficial tour guide. I'm so glad you chose the door you did. I heard the other realms are having a bit of, mishaps at the moment. Apparently, the Red Realm is having a bit of a dragon overrun, ferocious creatures. And then, the Blue Realm, it's perpetually frozen over, but apparently they're having, more than their usual cold spell. Probably freeze to death over there. Well, that's not to say our realm doesn't have its setbacks, but, what am I going on about? Let me show you around, huh? We'll just continue on this path. Today's a bit windy, but I think that makes it a bit more exciting, don't you? Plus, we get to smell the blooms a bit better. You'll notice that pretty much everything here is made of petals, leaves, or twigs, even the houses. You'll also notice that most of the houses are overhead. You might call them a tree house, but they're commonplace around here. find that it gives us a better view of the world. Plus, it keeps us off the ground and, well, never mind that. So, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Oh, that's lovely. Never heard that. My house is just up ahead. I think you'll find it's lovely. I absolutely adore it. I've only been there for about a year. Before that, I used to live in the village, which is a little bit further down the path. And you've never been here, you said? Oh, I love first-time visitors. I met another human about a year back. She was a delightful creature. She didn't stay long here, though. Bit of an incident. But, what can you do? I'm sure you'll get along here just fine. You seem like the kind of person who adapts very well. Has, resourceful skills, that sort of thing. That's important here. You have to be resourceful. Have your wits about you. What am I going on about? Now, we used to have quite a few butterflies fluttering about, and, they used to practically make buildings of butterflies around here. People used to walk around wearing them, for goodness sake, but, the past month or so, they've sort of dwindled in numbers. You notice fewer and fewer of them around. And the ones you do see, they're not quite as talkative as they used to be. We elves can speak their language. It's a very complex dialect, I suppose you could say. But, they're skittish now, afraid of something. I can't quite put my finger on it. Well, that doesn't matter. So, can I interest you in anything? Would you like some nectar, or I have some delicious honey cakes back at home? Well, no, I totally understand. You're probably very tired after your journey. As well, it seems like such a short distance venturing through that door, but it takes a toll on your body. I think that's maybe what happened to the last person who ventured through. She was quite tired after her trip and a little disoriented. I tried to help her as best I could, but, something seemed a bit off with her. I have to think about her. So you've probably noticed that things are a little bit different here than in your earthly realm, right? The sky's a different color. Air smells a bit sweeter. I'm sure you don't have elves where you come from. Or maybe you do you? Oh, I suppose not. How about hobbits, trolls, gnomes, fairies? Oh, what a shame. Fairies are such delightful little things. We actually have a little section in our village dedicated solely to fairies. They have their own little shops and schools. Well, everything has to be more miniature, doesn't it? Very kind-natured individuals. Do you have any magical powers? Oh, you might, you just don't know it, right? I'm a firm believer in the fact that we all have some hidden talents that we just haven't discovered yet. There was actually an elven friend of mine who, well, she didn't even know she could fly until she turned 18, and something in her just, I don't know, clicked. Now she doesn't even have to take a horse and carriage to get anywhere. She just floats. You never quite know what's lurking beneath the surface, do you? I suppose that could be both good and bad, though, right? Well, anywho, we're almost to my place, and, well, you really have 3 options at this point. I'd be more than welcome to have you stay at my place with me. I could cook you up a nice supper, and I have a nice warm bed waiting for you, and I could even show you my collection if you like. Or you could venture into the village. We have a bunch of bed and breakfasts there, little boutiques, even a good-sized library where you could kind of have a look at some of our, our literary offerings. Oh yeah, it's absolutely lovely there. We have a beautiful butterfly sanctuary, even though it's mostly empty now. And, well, it's still delightful. Nice garden, parks, cafes. You can get a bite to eat at one of the restaurants in town. Meet some of the locals, you know. And then there's your third option, which is going to the visitor center. I will warn you, though, the welcoming committee is a little bit eccentric. It's really just one woman, but she does have a lot of information. She'll be able to tell you a bit more about our pleasant little realm. In a roundabout way, that is. So, what's it gonna be? You wanna shack up at my place? Have some delicious victuals? Do you want to go into the village and see what you find there? Do you want to go find out a bit more at the visitor center? It's up to you.